focusing on the economy ahead of 2020, White House officials now have been escalating talks about a new round of tax cuts. As the president's been trying to distinguish himself from the Democrats he'll run against, or the one he ends up running against. All this in the Washington Post today. But let's bring in David Aspen. We talked about this before, David, the idea of tax cuts 2.0. I guess getting it done's another thing, but what do you think?
Well, I think it's a great idea. I mean, the fact is not one Democrat running for president is for cutting taxes. They're all for raising taxes, every single one of them. The most moderate of them, Joe Biden, wants to increase corporate taxes back essentially to where they were when companies were going to Ireland and places with lower corporate taxes. The lowering of the tax rate for the corporations brought all those companies back, led them to hire millions of new workers, and led to the best job market we've ever had. Plus, the tax cuts are paying for themselves. Tax revenues have increased dramatically since the tax rate cuts. We just had the figures from 2019, fiscal year 2019. It ended at the end of September. Corporate tax income increased 12% in the past year. So even on the corporate side, at first we saw a drop. Now we see corporate revenues picking up. So I don't see any downside.
If you're running as a campaign issue, what type of tax cut do you think would sell the best? Like personal income taxes, payroll taxes?
Payroll.
Corporate's done
payroll.
Right?
I mean, a lot of people said it should have been part of the first phase of the tax cuts. Remember, there were originally going to be several phases. About the only thing of significance that happened in the last one was we got rid of some of the details. The AMT was cut for most of the people that had it, but it was primarily on the corporate side. The individual side was not done enough. Payroll taxes need to be cut. That affects just about everybody who is paying taxes. Even people who aren't paying income tax have to pay payroll tax if you got a job. So that's where you should start. That has an enormous effect on the electorate. I think it's a great selling point if you're running for office.